2012 Camry. We all know Toyota for the Camry, many of us. Market share has fallen since 2009. Does this need to win?
It needs to win. I mean, this is really our statement to the marketplace that Toyota's back, and Toyota's back in a big way. You know, we sell 360,000 of these cars. It's our number one nameplate, and if you ask most people what they think of Toyota, they think of it through Camry, so it's critical for us.
In this day and age, cars aren't just from one country. They're truly made globally. How much of this Camry is from the United States?
All the Camrys that we sell in the U.S. are now from the United States. They're made either in Kentucky or they're made in Indiana, and 80% of the parts are domestically sourced as well. So when you look at most writers, it is the most American of cars sold in the United States.
The big focus on Toyota still is how the company is recovering. So let's go back first a little further to the recall crisis.
Yep.
Do you feel that the reputation of Toyota is back in full? Are you still working towards it?
I think we're still working towards it. If you break our buyers into two big groups, our loyal customers are back. They were back well into last year. They've had relationships with us, with our dealers. They understand we stand behind the products. The tougher part has been with conquest buyers that haven't had that relationship. And they're probably about 75% of the way back.
What are they telling you? What qualms do they still hold about Toyota?
Well, they didn't know what to think when they heard all the allegations. There were questions about safety in their mind. There were questions about trust. And that just takes time to win those folks back and get back on the consideration list. They are moving back on that consideration list. They're moving back into the recommend area. Safety is still a concern for people, and when you look at the safety that we've embedded into this car, I think that's going to answer a lot of those questions.
From a production standpoint, where is Toyota in terms of being up to full production, full capacity, in the wake of the tsunami and the earthquake in Japan? Where do you stand in that? Because it hit earnings,
yes,
and it still looks like it's hitting production.
Yeah, well, production is coming back. Right now, starting in July, 8 of our models made here in the U.S. are back to 100%. The last 4 models, the RX, the Tundra, the Tacoma, and the RAV4 will be 100% by September. All of Japan will be 100% by September.
By September?
By September.
Any risk to the prediction of 12.5 million units sold in the United States this year because of the economic uncertainty right now?
I think there's risk because 2 things drive our business: consumer confidence and interest rates. And right now, consumer confidence is kind of in the dumps, but we're really not seeing that in the showroom. The consumers that are coming in are buying cars, and quite frankly, I think there's a lot of pent-up demand. A lot of people have postponed purchases for 2 and 3 years. They're becoming needs buyers. They have to come back into the marketplace.
So you're really not seeing the lowest consumer confidence since 1980 playing out in the showroom?
No, not at all.
Are you,
I'm surprised by it, quite frankly, yes.
Are you going to increase incentives? How deep are you going to cut to meet those sales goals? Because you've ramped up your profit target for this year already,
right,
pretty significantly.
Right. We haven't had to increase incentives whatsoever. In fact, as inventory levels fell, we actually reduced incentives a little bit. And as an example, this new car, the new Camry, we've actually lowered overall prices. That's because we don't want to rely on incentives to sell our cars. We want people to buy cars for the value in the cars, not the incentives that are driving them.